going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Happy March 16th. Tonight's going to be a big night for all you St. Patrick's Day people out there. Hope you guys have a great day. Be safe. Don't do anything dumb. You already know. I'm going to cover you if you do. Anyways, let's watch some court. I am taking the night off, so just want to do a little earlier live. It's supposed to be a premiere, but yeah, I got a little bit busy today and didn't get to record it. So we're just going to go live. So, random happy Saturday live. You guys ready for some court? We start off with Judge Clark, pro se. Yeah. Like I said on the thumbnail, it's never boring when you have a pro se. All right, before I hit that play button, you already know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
McCoy, you're before the court today. You're representing yourself. Do you wish to continue to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
All right, go for it. What are we here today for?
Well, I think it was a motion to compel. And
A motion to compel discovery?
yeah, yes, sir. I was trying to get my deposition transcripts and stuff like that, but she said she don't have them.
Your Honor, we do not have the transcripts of the depositions. He also put in there for investigative reports, things that had been previously disclosed in discovery. As a show of good faith, I had my assistant print off all of those things. But as for the depositions, those are audio.
Yeah, you're going to have to file a motion to have those transcribed.
All right.
Okay,
what about I filed a motion or not indigency in the courtroom.
All right,
I filed 2 of those and I never got a response.
I think you've already been found indigent because didn't you have counsel on it?
Uh,
Mr. Williams?
yes, did have Mr. Williams. I did have him.
Yeah, you had an investigator and everything. So,
Okay.
You've already been found indigent. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Yeah, you're in. So for the record, you're indigent to proceed. So whatever you.
Another the confusion I believe the state is having with one of my charges, sir, is that in one case those 2 fleeing loons, when my charges was reduced down as far as the degrees, instead of them removing the charges, Mr. Clark, they added on the lower degree charges and kept the higher degrees on. But they moved off a couple of them. They just didn't remove off the other fleeing loon. And they're saying now they're having I just talked to Miss Morgan about it, but she's saying that another fleeing loon was added to that case, but I don't see how that would even be possible, especially when they're both different degree charges. Like, how can I? And the problem I'm having right now is the fact that of course I'm having money issues. I can't bond out when I just had a bond reduction, and with that extra $500 being on there, making it even harder for me to bond out because. Like I said, I got 2 fleeing loon charges on one case, which is pretty much impossible.
Is that the amended information?
The amended information he said was in 2022, but that's when.
What case number are we talking about?
2047.
Okay, 2047.
High speed reckless was dropped down to a regular.
No, I think he's actually talking about the 2031-36.
So one got the 2 fleeing loon charges on.
If if I remember correctly, Your Honor, the reason there's two fleeing and eluding is because he fled from one officer. The chase was essentially called off, and then a short time later, I believe it was even a different agency, and I'll double check on that. Attempted to stop the defendant's vehicle. He fled again.
No, that wasn't the case. The case because this incident didn't come till 2 years later after my incarceration, and that's after Mr. Peters put in those motions to have the charges reduced. And when they reduced them, they added all this.
Count 1 and 3 has got two different officers that they're out alleging that you fled and eluded. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you're asking to dismiss one of the counts.
But that is one of them. It was like I said, that was added on 2 years later because of like I said, the other charges we had already corrected the information on.
Yeah, they added
the carjacking charge was removed because that was added on also with the grand theft auto, of course, with the driving on suspended license, which added on with the no valid driver's license. But they removed those charges instead of, but they didn't remove the second degree fleeing and eluding, which they should have, because that one was also reduced down to a third degree.
Which information is the most recent information?
I believe that is the one that was filed.
Which one's the patron saint of pausing too much and talking way too much? Which one's that? That's the one that I need to start, celebrating. Anyone know?
I've got one 820, ma'am.
August 22nd.
That's one I've got 822, and they added that. So they can add it. I don't know if they can prove it, but they can add it. So, for what it's worth, right now, I'll deny your award tennis motion and to dismiss what they've added. That's without prejudice. I mean, if there's another legal argument that can be made, you could certainly make that.
All right. What about with me being indigent in this bond situation, Mr. Clark?
Sir?
So what about with me being indigent in this bond situation? Like
I've already had the bond. We had that last time.
I understand.
Yeah, the bond's still going to remain the same.
All right.
But I have found that you're indigent as far as any other cost that you.
Okay,
need.
so what would be the necessary steps? Because I don't understand why I'm being double charged on the same charge.
Right now, the state.
I would just say that the next course of action would be to set this for a trial.
Yeah, I think we're ready to set it for a trial, aren't we?
Well, once I obtain all my information, I'll be ready for a trial. But I can't be ready for a trial without the proper information that I need.
I'm going to set you for a pretrial April 18th, and you can file the motion to have you've already indigent for cost. So you'll have to get your depositions. If their depositions taken, you have to get them transcribed. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So but you're going to have to do the paperwork on that. Okay.
And that's another problem, Mr. Clark. Like I said, me being indigent. Not having this money to, keep filing and buy these stamped envelopes and all this other stuff. I can't afford this stuff.
I understand, but I can't pay. Yeah, but I can't pay for that, but you can get the depositions paid.
Because of this case, I got evidence. I'm not worried about trial or nothing like that. We can set that for whenever, once I obtain my information that I need. But the problem that I'm having right now is the fact that due to this case and this misunderstanding, I got 4 prosecutors. She's the 4th prosecutor that's been over my case. That's why all this confusion and misunderstanding is coming about, because I don't know why everybody's stumbling over each other. I got evidence to prove my innocence. I'm not worried about that at all. But my thing is, Mr. Clark, is I've been sitting in jail 42 months since 2020.
Is anyone else kind of bothered that he keeps calling him Mr. Clark instead of Your Honor or Judge Clark? I get bothered by that. It's not bothering him, but it's not, when I say him, it's not bothering the judge, but it bothers me. It really does. And also, question. So you're found indigent, so, you get a public defender, right? So the public defender will file anything on your behalf, and it costs money to file some things. I believe some of them are free and some of them cost money. I get that. But if you don't have any money, you're found indigent, and you don't have a public defender, you have to pay for all those costs. Is there a way around that? That didn't really click in my head until this guy. Yeah, this guy just needs an attorney, though. He doesn't do a terrible job. He really doesn't. He doesn't do a good job, though.
Due to this case, with evidence to prove my innocence. And I feel like it's unfair to me that I lost everything that I own and I can't afford to properly, proceed just handle my business pretty much, like pay for anything that I need to file what I need. It's a long time to be incarcerated in jail. I lost everything, don't have financial support, have kids out there. The only thing that I really was trying to do is get out, be able to start to rebuild my life again, the way I can proceed on and contain my information, that we can move forward with this case anytime that y'all want to. Because if I was out there, I actually have more access in order to gain all the information that I need. I actually have it out there.
All right, well, I've done all I can do this morning. And do you want to set up for a trial today, or you want to wait and see if you can get your depositions?
I'm gonna wait till I get all my information because
Well, you're gonna have to-
I'm really at a,
you need to go ahead and-
disadvantage right now.
You need to go ahead and get that done. I mean, and I've already told you, your representative, there's just limited things I can do. Now, I have found you indigent to proceed, so that'll, as far as cost and stuff, that should take care of that, but you still have to go through the procedure and get them transcribed, okay?
Right.
Because I don't have your depositions, I don't have the tapes, and I don't have the authority to have them transcribed without you going through that, okay?
I was just speaking on the fairness of the case, Mr. Clark. Like
Yes, sir.
42 months, come on, man.
I understand. All right.
Four prosecutors, 6 lawyers. Come on, man.
Well,
I already proved to the court.
you can feel my pain also, sir. I've gone through the same thing with 4 different prosecutors on your case and 4 or 5 different attorneys. I'm not in jail, I understand.
The pain is very different, Mr. Clark. I don't think you lost everything in the process.
I ain't lost anything, but I understand. What I'm saying is I understand what you're talking about. Okay, but that's where we're at right now, and that's the best I can do. Okay. All right, but go ahead and get that done as far as getting them transcribed. We can go ahead and get them transcribed. Okay.
Sir.
All right.
As soon as I get those transcripts, I'll be happy to put it in speedy trial, Mr. Clark.
All right. Well, y'all don't even think you have to do that, but you can. But we'll go ahead and set you for a trial as quick as we can. Okay.
Sure.
All right, Mr. Meredith.
Mr. McCartney?
Why? The clip's over. Why is this coming up? What is going on? Oh. Now I gotta find it. All right, there we go. There we go. It was over. How did I not just end it earlier? Anyways, it's Saturday. My brain takes Saturdays off too, which is why I take Saturday nights off. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great day. Rich, good to see you, buddy. Ponder those questions away. Kelly, thank you so much for the 2-month membership. I very much appreciate it. Members only, 2 days away from Members Only Monday. It's gonna be fun. All right, we're taking a small break from Judge Clark, and then we're going right back to him. Got a Judge Middleton video. Oh, some people just don't understand what's going on, and I get that. But it's just the people that are just have that entitled mindset that, if I talk louder and faster than everybody, there's no way I can be wrong. Yeah, this guy, Judge Middleton. Let's go.
Is Golden Pond Estates versus James Locus. Mr. Robert Dutka is here on behalf of Golden Pond Estates, and Mr. Justin Bush, the owner, is present. Mr. James Locus is also present. This is a just cause termination for more than 3 lates in a 12-month period in a mobile home situation. And we were here last on March 1st, and we adjourned the matter until today. Mr. Locus indicated he had lost his job and is unable to pay. The landlord is asking to terminate the tenancy. Mr. Dutka, what's the situation here today?
Really, Judge, nothing has changed. We're still seeking to regain possession of the unit and the space, and so we would like to proceed.
And I'm muted. All right. I don't want to show. I don't think it shows any account information. I'm just going to fast forward a little bit because his phone just started coming in. He's just showing the money that he sent to his landlord. But I'm going to jump ahead about 5 seconds just to be on the safe side. Oh, great.
The
There we
way
go.
that this is wrote up is that he would have to refile because this is for asking for money, not for the property itself. I just got off the phone with legal aid. I've been on the phone with legal aid for 45 minutes before we even got on here.
Well, who did you speak to?
I don't remember her name, but I just talked to her. She told me to call back when I got done.
All right. I missed a little bit of conversation there because I fast forwarded it. I don't know what he's showing on his phone. I've seen it. Again, it's a pay app. It looked like it might have been Venmo, and that's how he paid his rent. He sent it to the landlord. The landlord sent it back. That's what happened. So he's like, I paid the money that he asked me to pay, and he sent it right back. So that's what we missed. That's all you missed. Let's go.
With court so we can
Well,
follow
she
this.
doesn't have all the facts. Mr. Dutka is very good at this. And it's filed as a just cause complaint for termination of tenancy. He showed the demands for possession. There are more than 3 of them. And they ask you to move. They didn't file it wrong. They filed it
It says
correctly.
demand for possession and non-payment of rent.
Yeah, there's 3 of those. Those are the 3 previous ones. There's actually 4 of them that they filed, and you failed to pay your rent on 4 previous occasions in a timely manner. So
I
they
thought
asked.
that we continued this so that I could pay it, and that's what I did. I did what I
Well,
said I was going to do.
we did continue it. And I said they can choose the money if they wish to. And you said you plan to pay it off with your taxes.
I paid it.
All right. So, Mr. Dutka, is your client have any interest in receiving payment for this or proceeding with the termination?
No, sir, Your Honor. And in that one sense, Mr. Locus is right. The money was returned. He attempted to pay most or all of his back rent. And under the circumstances, we basically want him out. And so we want to proceed that way, not and not make another agreement with him, basically.
Mr. Locus, you do have 10 days to appeal this, but I believe they've done this properly.
I plan on appealing it.
All right, well, very good. But here's the what I'm ordering today. You have 10 days to move out, 90 days to move or sell the mobile home. You may be liable for money damages if there's additional damage, and generally there's not much damage to the lot, but no money damage award is issued at this time. Today is the 15th. You have until March 25th to appeal this. If I were you, I would use that money to try to find a first month's rent and another place to move to. But this, we had an earlier case where we discussed mobile home terminations. This is the statutory way to do it. They sent you that order. This judgment has a front side and a back side, but they're not asking for money. They're asking you to move, and they don't have to accept your money. They could choose to do so if they wish to, but they did not. Is that correct, Mr. Bush?
That's correct.
So you can continue your contact with legal aid, but it was not filed as a demand for non-payment of rent. Those are the ones they filed with you previously to establish that you weren't paying your rent in a timely manner. And they have to file those with the court to show there were at least 12 of those or 3 of those in a 12-month period. So I don't have to like it, but they followed the law. You have 10 days to move and 90 days to move or sell the mobile home unless you and legal aid file some sort of appeal stay. But frankly, I don't.
Just state for the record, I have no record of communication between my office and Mr. Locus.
I just talked to her right before.
He might have been talking to someone while you were here with me.
probably be through the Counsel and Advocacy Law Line, which is not a local legal aid affiliate. Because we would have a record even if of his application immediately.
It was an 888 number that I called.
That's right. That's not our office.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Lockus, if you do plan to appeal, you have 10 days to do that.
Okay.
All right, you're good to go. Mr. Dudka, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, I don't know if that was helpful. I wasn't sure about interjecting.
Well, it was helpful. He may have been talking to some generic legal aid service who's telling him something without having the whole picture. That's all I have for.
All right. Reasoning is key. Hey, how are you doing? Also, a couple people jumped in. Hi, Bob. How are you? Who said we need a lasagna emote? Or yeah. You know what's funny about the emotes? We didn't add emotes till about a month ago, and we started making them. And it was just, how are we gonna? I think I have enough members to have, I don't know, I think it's 20 emotes, maybe 25 emotes. Like, there's never going to be a point where I'm going to have too many emotes because we couldn't think of any ideas. Now we're removing emotes to put them in. It's hilarious how fast that just changes. But yeah, lasagna emotes probably not going to come. I'm not going to lie. It's like every 50 new members, I get one emote now. So lasagna is not going to come. But I like the idea, though, because I do love lasagna. Anyways, we're going back to Judge Clark. We got two short ones. Yeah, it's the many faces of Judge Clark. You know, that's why I titled the video this. Started with that guy that was pro se, and Judge Clark was like, he was patient with him. He did a good job with him. Kind of walked him through everything. He didn't have to, but he did. Now we got two guys that they piss him off. All right, let's go.
Your Honor, this is Ricardo. Is that how you say it?
Ricardo
Goodman. Case number 24-449 and 24-450. As to both, he's going to enter a plea of not guilty and waive a formal reading and ask for a pretrial date.
What date do you want?
May pretrial.
May 23rd at 9
I'm
o'clock.
going to tell him now. I'm sorry.
May 23rd at 9 o'clock.
Your Honor, he said that he was released on pretrial release and that no one ever came to get him. So I'm not sure. I haven't seen.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was never.
I'm not exactly sure how that long-time caller, first-time listener. Now, I know what you're trying to say. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're just switching the words around to try to be funny. But, you know, long-time listener, first-time caller, love you, love your show. Yeah, it's the kind of the traditional call into the radio saying, long-time caller, first-time listener. I like it, though. I like it.
Released from the jail on pretrial release on first appearance.
But at first appearance, he was given pretrial release. Ricardo Goodman.
He was set a bond.
Oh, okay.
And why was my boxes were checked pretrial release? I would report the next business day to 400 East 4th Street.
That is if you made your bond. I think.
If I made my bond.
And set a bond.
It's a bond and pretrial release.
How is that? Right. I'm confused. Could you explain that to me? Why is it pretrial release and a bond?
That's just what the judge did. I can't explain it to you no more than I just told you, sir. You got a conditional release and a bond. So if you made your bond, you still be on conditional release. I myself don't do it, but some judges do. So, and I do it sometimes.
That doesn't make sense at all. I'd have been in prison 6 times.
I agree with the defendant there. Not what he was referring to, but I love Judge Clark said what he just said. You know, some judges do it. I personally don't do it, but I do sometimes. The defendant's like, well, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, because it didn't make sense. Now him getting, you know, one charge you got a PR and one charge you got a pretrial release, or not a PR. One charge you got a bond, one charge you got a pretrial release. You know, that happens all the time. I'm referring to what Judge Clark said. I personally don't do it, but I do sometimes. Yeah, see, that's a contradiction. It is. But yeah, it was funny. That doesn't make sense.
I know I'd have been through these proceedings a whole lot of times. That don't make sense.
I don't care if it makes sense to you or not, sir. I just told you. I said you got a bond. So if you make your bond, you can get out. If not, you can stay in jail till your case is disposed of.
Thank you.
Pardon?
What court date did we give him?
May 23rd at 9 o'clock.
All right, that was a lot shorter than I thought it was. The next one's short too, so I'm not even going to pause it. Let's go.
Judge, this is Philip Petty. What I knew was there was a VOP in 232691 that was caused by 234229, which still has not been filed upon, which is why we're still on the arraignment docket. There's apparently a warrant for a new charge.
Looks like he posted a bond on it.
I did.
What's he been arrested for now?
Is a new case, 24778.
I've been working every day.
Is that a warrant out for that?
Yes, sir.
I've been working every single day, sir. Been reporting here, coming to court, going to probation. I just went to probation like 2 days ago, and they haven't said anything to me, sir. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to, community service and everything. I just went to probation 3 days ago. Nobody mentioned anything to me.
When was he placed on probation?
Back middle of 2023.
Oh yeah, the allegations of this is March 4th.
Yeah, Officer Hill, my probation officer, I just went there 3 days ago. I just reported. And
I don't doubt that, but you got a new theft. That's what this is. This is a brand new charge. So Judge Campbell looks like he set a $10,000 bond. That's been a violation of probation, but I'm assuming that's coming pretty soon. So you'll be held without bond on that. But now, it's my understanding you rode up here and you might have an issue with your vehicle?
Everything was resolved, sir.
Okay. That's been taken care of, Deputy Dexter?
Everything's resolved.
Huh?
They're still attempting to locate it, from what I've been hearing on the radio.
We just got everything resolved.
Is there a child in the car somewhere?
No, my mother and them handled it.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about that.
See how he just brushed that off? There are very few things that I hear in court anymore that surprise me. You've heard it all. But when Judge Clark says there's a report of a child in a car somewhere, and his response wasn't, that was a mistake, that was a misunderstanding, it's all taken care of. It wasn't that. It was just, that was resolved. I talked to my mom. Are you kidding me? On the police radar or on the police radio, there was a child stuck in a car and it was registered to you, and all you say is it was resolved. Come on, man. Come on.
I don't doubt you do, sir, but I'm just saying you got a brand new theft charge. You got a $10,000 bond on that. And I'm going to issue a warrant. He's got a new battery charge. Is that correct too?
Yeah, it hasn't been filed on that.
A new battery?
But he's got a new petty theft, $750, which he's got an arrest.
I had the money in my bank account or whatever for that.
Might want to talk to your attorney. There's a $10,000 bond. I'm gonna leave that bond as it is, and we'll just wait and see where we're at on that one. Okay, that's the best I can do.
Yes, sir.
So just continue it to the April arraignment.
April 15th at 1:30.
So
got to post that bond.
I like every single version of pasta cake. Pasta cake is one of my favorite meals. I love pasta cake. Some people call it lasagna. I call it pasta cake, but it doesn't matter what's on it. Like you put sheet layers of pasta in, with some deliciousness in between. I'll eat it. Doesn't even care I don't care what kind it is. Love pasta cake.
Got to post that bond. $10,000 bond. He's not holding you without bond for the violation. Okay.
Mr. Petty, you got a $10,000 bond on you that Judge Campbell has set on your new petty theft. I'm not gonna mess with that. So you need to go ahead and go into custody. That's the best you can do right now. I'm not issuing a warrant from the violation of probation, which is if you stand here anymore, that's what I'm going to do. So the best you can do is sit over there.
So I was just trying to get some understanding what exactly.
If you can't understand it, you're gonna have to understand it later. Sit down.
Yes, sir.
That's the best I can do for you.
All right, we're going to the last clip of this video. I'm going to share one more hearing after this. So it's not one more hearing, it's one more. It's actually 2 videos because it was 2 separate days. I made one that was supposed to be a premiere that I didn't release because I haven't, I just haven't been doing premieres over the last couple of days, and I need to get back into it. I gotta, I gotta re-energize, which is again why I take Saturday nights off. But so I'm gonna play this last clip. I'm gonna have another video and then the follow-up to that video. So I've actually got a bunch of videos loaded. It might be a little weird going back and forth between videos. You may or may not see another intro and outro, but we're still gonna have fun.
Daniel, look at number 5. Nathaniel Mizal, he said defendant called license in good standing for draw and advised of options. So referred to see deferral eligible. So did he do a deferral? Why don't you check with, looks like, is that Janice who did that? So she was here in February 1st, gave time to get a license. I mean, so he's got a good standing. So don't do the FTA yet. See if he got a deferral. Then at 1:30, we have 1:30 still Melinda Phillips. We did that one, didn't we? Yep. And then Dean Wilson. Okay, great. 2 o'clock.
All right.
What time are you guys scheduled to be? Are you Mr. Syed? Yes. Come on up, take a seat.
Here we go. I was gonna say,
So you're
couldn't have been
here
long.
on, take a seat, at the table. Hi there. Are you with him? All right. So you're here on no driver's license. So you're fully licensed. Did you just, and then also on a improper passing on the left? So you can, actually just came in just a minute. So it looked like you got your license 8 days after this.
I also found my old license. It's
Okay.
at my friend's house, so I never lost it. It's just I was.
You just
looking
didn't have
for
it. I know, yeah. Because you would have gotten a ticket for about a $500 ticket if you didn't have a license.
Mhm.
Okay, so you asked for a contested hearing. Contested had, I didn't do this. And you want to fight the ticket. Mitigation says, yes, I did this, but I want to reduce the fine. Looks like you're also eligible for a traffic deferral. You can defer or set over the ticket for a period of 6 months. In your case, it'd be a $220 administrative fee. At the end of 6 months, it gets dismissed, stays off your record, doesn't get reported to insurance. And that's pretty much the end of it. But you don't get it. How did you want to proceed on this?
So there's a reason actually why I selected contested hearing. I'm
Right.
not too familiar with should I mitigate or contest? But I kind of the reason why I did contest was because of the traffic stop. And so, there's a lot of things that went through at the stop. And that's why I kind of felt like, yeah, what happened wasn't right. It can be a simple
Okay, so hang on just a minute. Have you seen the police report?
No, I haven't.
Can you run that offline? I'm going to print it for you. You can take a look at it. And then you need to tell me what you're doing, contesting, mitigation, what have you. And we'll go from there. Did you come down here from Everett?
No, I was in Roy.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of live with my girlfriend now. But yeah, I've not moved in from Everett yet.
All right, in the downtime, I'm just gonna say this guy's a little bit of a weirdo. We're all a little bit of a weirdos. This guy's might be a little bit higher level weirdo than we are. Just so before we get into this, I know we've already started, but probably already started getting the vibes. Just wait till he talks.
Go back there and
Oh.
sit next to her. Take a look at it. When you're done, you can come back up and sit down at the table.
No, you don't do that. You don't just
Or
run up
sit
at the
down at the
judge like
table now.
that.
I'm
You
sorry.
don't do that. He's lucky he didn't get tackled. I don't know if someone on the side said,
So
"Come
what
get
am
this."
I looking for? You're just this.
No, come here, bring everything up to me.
All right, see, now you're allowed to walk up.
Give me that. This right here, particularly where it says other.
Oh, where's
That's
the
the police report. Those, yeah. Take a seat at the table.
I'm wondering if a lot of people don't know that. If people don't know that you just can't just walk up to the judge. You definitely can't run up to the judge. That's never a good look. And don't Ric Flair yourself over the bench. That's not going to end well. Does anyone know how that guy's doing?
Yes, sir. I'd like to contest it.
Okay, so raise your right hand, please.
All right, I just asked that question. Guy who Ric Flaired over the bench. The next time we saw him, he was in all sorts of shackles and had a spit guard on and surrounded by officers. But has there been a follow-up since that? Does anyone know?
You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. And so what happened out there? So what the officer is saying is that you basically put your blinker on, we're gonna turn left in the middle lane, and then you couldn't do it, then turned and then drew back in there. So you basically just kind of used that middle lane as an excuse to go around on the left, is what they're saying.
So I was trying to turn right there was a Walmart and she was in the passenger seat. Instead of right, she said left, and I did not pass no traffic. There was
I see.
literally just two cars that was ahead of me. So I wouldn't just, and I can see the police officer's car that's right in front of me. Like I would not pull something, and that's what I tried to explain to the officer, that I was trying to go to right, and she said left, and there is no left turn there. It was just a left turning lane there. I don't know what reason that turning lane.
No, there
is
was
there.
no left turn lane there. That was his whole point.
No, there is a left yellow turning lane where I pulled into. So it was not a solid white line that I crossed or anything.
What about your license?
So I had my Indian state ID on me, and I told the officer I have
Your
my
what?
my India state ID from India.
Okay.
So I told him I couldn't find my wallet. I lost it a week ago. And I have a picture of my driver's license, and I've been stopped more than enough times, traffic stops, and I've shown my picture and had gotten no trouble for it. So I was trying to show him my Indian ID. He's like, "And do you have a Washington's driver's license?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. It's on my phone, and it's a clear picture. Even the barcode on it, I scan it at any shops if they need to see my ID. It works like it's a clear picture and everything. It's practically my ID." So I showed it to him, and so he took a picture of that ID. He went back to his car. And so here's the thing, what happened a year ago, I have few charges on me. I'm not convicted of anything. I show up to court and everything. It's just few horrendous charges that's under my name. So
All right, no, stop right there. Stop right there. You know, most judges would say, "Okay, you're talking too much. Stop." As Judge Perkins would say, "Don't talk. You just might walk." Yeah, you're saying way too much, buddy. And this is where this guy's, his character comes into play. And yeah, warning, mild trigger alert. He doesn't say anything bad, but he's convicted of some really bad stuff, or not convicted. He's been charged with some bad stuff.
he saw those charges, and next thing, so immediately, I have sexual allegation against me from past a year. So that's the thing I'm facing since the past year. I've been showing up to court. I'm not convicted of anything. It's just something that I'm accused of. So, and since then, it's like I've been treated as a sex offender That's how I feel. So he went back to the car. Everything was okay. I was okay. Like, he's just gonna lift me off with a warning because I wasn't trying to pull anything. Like, literally a police officer in front of me. So he went back to the car.
Iron Auditor. I think about you a lot these days. I found a court that is right outside of Ironton. I can't remember the name of the courthouse, but they say Ironton a lot. So I think it's a county right outside of Ironton. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but every time it plays, I'm like, this is over there. This is the stomping grounds of the Irish Prince in the United States. I can't think of the court off the top of my head, but I recently found it, and they play it every Thursday and Friday. Sometimes there's good stuff, sometimes there's not. The audio is terrible, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you're doing well, bud.
He looked up whatever, he saw my record, and he comes back, and my girlfriend in the passenger seat, he asked for her ID. Now he says that this guy has sexual allegations on him and there is a victim protection order on him. So I just want to make sure that you are not one of those victims. Like, I had her hand tied with ropes in my passenger seat or something. So he checks her ID, make sure whatever he wants to make sure that she is not one of the victims that's on my claim, and then comes back and hands me the ticket, cites me for every possible thing. And I was having trouble looking up my insurance. My car is a 2021, so I will never drive it without an insurance, but I was having trouble signing in on the app. But luckily I did find a picture of the insurance, because at that time, if I did not show him the insurance, he would have cited me for every possible thing he could have.
All right.
Just based on the fact what was me being a sexual offender, sexual predator, not convicted yet.
Be findings of not committed on both. You can go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Oh, the judge is just like, I am so done with this. Not committed. You can go. Just leave. But did you hear what the last thing he said? It's because I'm a sexual predator. Yeah. I mean, not convicted yet. But why would you say that? Come on. The judge is like, just get out. Get out. You have a lot more things you're dealing with that are going to impact your life. I don't need to worry about this traffic ticket. Just go. Go. I'm done with this.
You're welcome. You only need to say it once.
All right. I am going to play another video. I shouldn't be laughing at that guy. He was nervous. He was in court. I shouldn't be laughing at him. It was kind of funny, though. It's kind of funny. All right. I told you, we might see the intro a second time. We're going to skip forward, though. I'm not going to make you sit through it. All right. This guy, this is a really interesting case. And you know what? I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to surprise you guys. I'm going to surprise you. I'm not going to prep it with anything. Hope everyone's well. I got this one. And then if I don't pause it before the outro, there's an outro at the end of this video because it was supposed to be a premiere. I've got the follow-up. The follow-up happened, I think yesterday. I think it was yesterday the follow-up was. So I have that video. So yeah, we got the first appearance and the follow-up in front of Mechanico. All right, let's go.
All right, is this Mr. Gamble?
Yes, Antonio James Marquise Gamble.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gamble. This is State of Michigan versus Antonio James Marquise Gamble, case 230602.
Rachel, my good buddy Rachel, thank you so much for being here. You are a lovely person, and I love it every time you jump into the stream. You always make me smile, even in Judge King's courtroom. And I see your name and you say good morning to me. It always makes me feel special. Thank you so much for being a great part of my court life and my YouTube life. You are an amazing person, and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. All right, there you go. Can I play now? Do I have your permission? Man, some people. Just kidding. Love you, Rachel.
1801. Today is the date set for an arraignment on the warrant. Appearances, please.
Judge, good afternoon. Steve Benson for the People, P71917.
Thank you, Mr. Vincent.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jessica Shipe, number 81790, on behalf of Mr. Gamble, who is formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands.
All right, and good afternoon, Ms. Shive, and good afternoon, Mr. Gamble. Today is the date set for the arraignment on the warrant. Entering the not guilty plea, Mr. Vincent Esteban.
Thanks, Judge, and I appreciate your time. There's a lot going on with Mr. Gamble. It is a failure to appear, but it's like multiple failures to appear. Mr. Gamble's been given the benefit of the doubt previously. I wrote this all down, Judge, just so we could be brief on this, but he was arraigned in November. He was originally given a personal bond, as I'm sure Your Honor ended up seeing. And then there was a failure to appear about a month and a half later at exam. And he was given a cash surety. I believe this is Judge Sabri, Judge. And then that failure to appear led to an arraignment on the bench warrant the following day, which, Judge, that was continued. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. It went up to redetermination on the 23rd. And at that...
Hi, Ardo. Good to see you, buddy. I've known Ardo a long time. We go way back in Demon Stream. You always make me smile when you jump in here. Unlike that Detective Rachel person, she just gets like a half smile because generally she's yelling at me. But you never yell at me. You're funny, like you said.
At that time, Mr. Gamble was having some kind of episode. I had won Judge McConaughey over in the arguments because initially Mr. Reagan waived his appearance. But then somehow out of the blue the following day, we have another redetermination. And at that time, Mr. Reagan, to his credit, I guess he out-argued me, and he ended up getting Judge McConaughey to lower the cash bond to a personal bond. But then there was a tether that was imposed. But Judge, I argued at that time that tether needed to get put on at that time before he ended up leaving the Wayne County Jail. Apparently that never happened because, and it may have, Judge. So either he never ended up submitting himself because the judge gave him, I think, 48 hours to submit to get that tether. So either he didn't get that tether and he failed to appear, or he did get that tether and then he failed to appear. In either instance, Judge, I would argue that, quite honestly, now with multiple failures to appear, with multiple redeterminations. Oh, and Judge, by the way, in between his first and second failures to appear, he ended up picking up an assault and battery case. So we have, in addition to these failures to appear, redeterminations, benefit of the doubts, and then picking up, assaultive cases in between. I believe, Judge, presently it's a $5,000 cash or surety. We would be asking Your Honor to continue that. Judge, in addition, and I know that, we limit these usually, there's reason potentially for the defendant not to show up. He has an extensive previous criminal conviction history, and now he's facing a third offense have notice. So with all of that, Judge, mostly the flight that I'm going to be emphasizing, we would just ask you to continue that bond.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Gamble, I know you got your hand up. Do you need to talk with your attorney first, or are you gonna let her make the argument for you? I can't hear you. Got talking to the microphone a little closer.
I don't need to speak with the attorney to say what I'm going to say. Everything he said is true.
No, Mr. Gamble, no, I don't want you to say anything at all. Mr. Gamble, I need you to.
Oh, I got caught up in chat. Sorry. I forgot. It's about to go down.
Please, Mr. Gamble.
I don't need you to speak for me.
Mr. Gamble, just listen to me for 1 second.
I don't want to represent you. I want this stuff to get handled the right way. Everything he said is true. The only thing where I didn't read, I'm going through something with a custody situation with my children. I didn't show up. Okay, I want everything to be used against me, ma'am. Can I please speak, please?
Mr. Gamble, how about this? How about I say what you told us?
I never can be heard out. This is why I'm always in this situation. Can I please speak, ma'am? Because I'm going through real life cases right now, and I need to be heard.
All right, Mr. Gamble, Mr. Gamble, I'm gonna let you speak if you want to, but but listen to me. I need you to be clear Anything that you say could be used against you. You've got a
Yes,
good
sir.
attorney here that's trying to protect your interests right now. And
I
whatever
understand
you
that.
say, and I know that you want to get this out, you want to get your story out, but I don't know if it's going to help you right now, and I don't know if it's going to help you with the prosecutor standing here. Now, it's your right to represent yourself and to go forward, but
Please,
I
yes,
can't.
I
Listen to me, Mr. Gamble, because like I said, I'm going to let you talk. I want to be crystal clear that this is not in your interest, and I would strongly advise you to listen to your attorney.
Mr. Gamble, before you speak, can I say one thing, Mr. Gamble? Just allow me to say this to you. Will you allow me to say on your behalf what I want to say? And when I'm done, if it's not all that you want to say and you don't like what I said and you want to add to it, then you will?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Gamble. All right. May I, Your Honor?
You can.
Okay. So Mr. Gamble is going through a lot, and that is correct. So he was released, and he was to go get that tether. Now he went to go get that tether, and he was late to get that tether. When he went to get that tether, they told him, "You're late. You got to come back with $200 next Monday." So he did not have $200. He is a single father. He has 3 kids and 1 adopted child. He is in a wheelchair. I believe he has spinal issues. He's a lifelong resident. What's in front of us right now is not assaultive. I don't believe he has anything assaultive on his record that he's actually ever been convicted of. This is from November. Now, I understand that he had the capias. And I understand, Your Honor, and he understands it just does not look good. It sounds like excuses, but things happen. He was honest with the court. He was shaking his head. He told the court, everything the prosecutor said is correct, is right, even though I did not want him to say anything. So his situation here is he shows up to go get the tether. He's late. They tell him, "We can't do anything. Come back. Come with $200. He doesn't have the money because he's a single father. And now I believe he's lost his job and he's in a wheelchair. And he gets scared and go to jail. And so he doesn't show up to his court dates. That is my understanding of what happened here. Obviously, that doesn't help him in any way because he needs to show up to court and he needs to listen to the court. And the court was trying to help him here to get this case going. And he still is presumed innocent unless proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I'm asking the court respectfully to consider again that a very high personal bond. I understand the court is going to want to put a tether. I don't know what we're going to do based on money wise and why they told him that he has to come back with the 200. So his fear, Your Honor, of going to jail got him in this situation, which unfortunately doesn't help him because now he is sitting in jail. And if the court, is not going to give him the personal, or he's going to have to wait for that tether, he's going to end up sitting in jail, possibly more time than he would have done, even if he was to plead or to be found guilty, Your Honor. So respectfully, we just wanted to let the court know what happened here. Mr. Gamble, if there's anything at this point you want to say that I have not said, you can go ahead, but please don't talk about any other case. Don't talk about facts. And thank you for allowing me to speak on your behalf.
Yeah, Mark, she does talk really fast. She normally talks really fast. Also, if you've noticed the way that she pronounces some of her vowels in a lot of the words that she says, I feel like she's from the Northeast. I'm not going to, she doesn't have like a Boston or a New York accent, but the way that she pronounces some of her vowels, she's not from Detroit. So she's very fast talking, which generally the Northeast is, the Boston, New York areas. It's where you get the speed talkers. But the way that she says her vowels are similar to that area. So yeah, I just don't think she's from Detroit. But yeah, she tried hard and she does talk really fast. Also, while I'm paused, I need to call out Neil Morrison, member for 2 months. Hope you're still here, Neil. You sent this about 10 minutes ago. Hopefully you're still here. Thank you so much, member for 2 months. You're awesome, man. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. And Mary Brown, I'm at a store. You need anything, Colin? Coffee. I am all out of coffee. So yeah, that would be very helpful. Thank you so much. All right. We still got, this is only halfway through. We still got a lot more to go with this.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
I'm a single father. I lost my fiance. I've been in a lot of trouble. I'm trying to get my life together. When I got out of jail, I found out that my own family stole $5,000 from me. So I wasn't able to pay for the tether. Right now, when I was locked up, my cousin's trying to take custody over my children because I was locked up on that case. They're trying to claim my kids on their taxes. I broke my leg. Supposed to get surgery. I'm just all messed up, and I just need help. And that's what it is, man. I'm trying to do the right thing. I wasn't trying to catch a new case or anything. It's really just an accusation. But I just need help, man. And I'm not a perfect guy, none of that, but I'm trying to get my life together, man, be their father for my kids, man. And nobody's hearing me out and keep on taking me away and putting me in jail. It's making my situation worse and worse because I just did so much while I was out there to get my custody of my kids. And then I got arrested again. And today is the day they supposed to start at school today. And I'm supposed to have the paperwork to take the Social Security so I can have some funds. And then I will be able to pay all my warrants off and then make new court dates. But I'm locked up and I can't even defend myself while I'm in jail. I have a broken calcaneus bone, I have spinal stenosis, and I'm not getting no proper help, man. And I'm just asking the court to help me because I'm stressed out, man. I really need help. Okay. And that's what it really is.
Gamble, please, when you address the court, Mr. Gamble, respectfully just ask, we're in court. So I know you're just trying to say your story, but you have to say your honor, okay? Just not, man, we're in court.
Sorry.
Mr. Gamble, I just want to hear what you got to say. Don't worry about anything. Go ahead.
So when I was arrested on this charge, my family they scammed me for $5,000. I filed taxes. I lost my fiance, I lost my father, I lost my brother and my granddad all at the same time, all in the same year, man. The main people that was in my life, man. I had my own business. I had everything together, man. I wasn't getting any trouble, but when all this stuff happened to me, man, I just lost myself, man. I felt like I was losing myself, man. And I don't really have no real help out here that's really helping me, honestly. I'm trying to just be a father to my kids, man. That's all I got to live for, man. Those are my best friends. I'm their best friend. They look up to me. And now I'm in jail and I can't even protect my kids. I can't even do the right thing, man. Because of these cases, I understand I committed the crimes and I got in trouble and everything, but I'm trying to make everything right, man. And that's all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get my life together, man. That's all.
Well, Mr. Gamble, I got a lot.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the third time I've seen this. I feel for this guy. This guy is just like, I'm not making excuses. Yes, everything the prosecutor said is true. I didn't show up. I committed these crimes. Can we just get this over with? Sentence me with what you need to sentence me with so I can go home as soon as possible. I don't want to do all this pre-trial and try and go to, I don't care. Sentence me so I can go home. I don't know what part of this, I don't know anything he said is true or not, but you know, a part of me appreciates that approach, right? It's not the right approach, not at this stage. Not at arraignment. You don't take that approach, but I do appreciate it. I do. And I don't know, he's passionate enough. I don't know, part of me, believes him. Yeah, but still. Committing crimes. This is what happens.
A lot of sympathy for where you're coming from, between what happened with your family and where your kids are at right now. It sounds like you're in a very, very hard position. That being said, I have to look at what's in front of me, which includes not one, but two capuses. On the last one, bond was lowered at a chance for you to get your tether out of custody. But that was after, one second, Mr. Gamble, that was after the initial capus. Then after didn't get that capus on in time, and I got the probable cause that you missed before Judge Sabri. And in between that matter, there was another misdemeanor assault allegation. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I'm not confident that I can ensure that you come to court without a cash bond. So I'm going to keep the bond where it's at $5,000 cash while this matter.
Is it possible I can just get the tether put on, stay in jail to the tether put on?
No, I'm not doing that tether. But get out with the 5,000. I'm not going to add the tether. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it helps, especially if you're not moving anyway.
Hey, Judge, Judge, and I know that you. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Vincent.
and I think you probably already saw this, and I agree with you, the 5,000 cash surety. The tether, actually, there's going to be a tether regardless, because a tether was attached to the bond in the A and B because it was so assaultive. So there was supposed to be, I think what happened here, Judge,
that I'm angry about, because I don't know why we're putting tethers on misdemeanors.
Right.
But that being said, $5,000 cash. Is there anything further as it relates to bond in this matter?
No, thank you, Judge.
Ms. Shive?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Judge Echatea, what's the next date on this one?
Next date is March 21st. Probable cause in front of Judge Sabri.
Okay, and thank you. And I want to be clear. I'm setting an intentional unaffordable cash bond for the flight risk. I do believe, based on a previous KPS history in this matter, as well as missing the tether appointment.
All right, the guy's in a wheelchair. He does not. They think he's gonna fly? He can't even walk. I mean, maybe he has a roll risk. Okay, that was too much. I shouldn't have said that. Let's go. I cannot wait for all the comments on that joke.
Understand that he was late, but then I missed the probable cause hearing after that. I don't think a tether would accomplish what I need to accomplish in this matter, which is to make sure that Mr. Gamble makes his next court date. Mr. Gamble, I know you got your hand up. I'm gonna let you be brief, but we got to conclude this. Go ahead.
My address changed. I never even received the next court date. The person that's making the allegation.
Stop. As to this matter, you got it when you were arraigned initially. You would have got it from not only the magistrate at the initial time, but you would have also got it from the Judge McConicle at the redetermination hearing. So I'm not hearing that.
Your Honor, I had so many different
this matter is concluded.
Judge Williams,
Yes.
you want me to place on the record the preliminary exam court date?
Oh, I apologize. Thank you so much, Judge Echatea. Could you put that on there?
March 28, 2024, along with March 21st, 2024. Both matters are in front of Judge Sabri and Judge Williams. Is it $5,000 cash or cash surety?
$5,000. What was Judge?
It was cash surety.
Cash surety. Excuse me. Cash surety, please.
Okay, and unaffordable for this Friday, March 15, 2024, 9 o'clock in front of Judge McConicle.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And I would note
And
for
are
the
you gonna-
record, Mr. Gamble was not here for those dates in this matter. We want to make sure that he gets that information on the next court date.
Okay.
All right, we got the follow up. Don't get excited. Don't think you can leave yet. You are not excused from class. We have the follow up. This is the Judge McConicle hearing from yesterday. You heard it, March 15th, which was yesterday. All right, this is the last clip though, and then I am going to go hang out with my beautiful girlfriend. Hopefully, you guys have a great night. This one is, I think this is only like 6 or 7 minutes long. It's not a long one, so I will probably pause it once in the middle and then just let you guys go. But yeah, you're not free to leave yet. You are not excused from court. You are not. I will hold you in contempt if you leave. There are 213 people here right now. I expect 213 people to be here at the end. Yeah, I'm just kidding. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm just appreciative that you guys came to hang out. You guys are all awesome. Be safe tonight. Don't do anything stupid. I know it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, Saturday night tonight. Don't do anything stupid. Don't. I will cover you, and Rachel will arrest you. We have, and then you know what? Judge King will resign over your hearing. We've got the trifecta. We just got to get a prosecutor on the team. All right, let's go.
Antonio James Martise Gamble.
Calling case 230-602-1801, the people of the state of Michigan versus Antonio Gamble. Defendant is charged with count 1, motor vehicle, unlawfully driving away. Count 2, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle, habitual offender. Second offense, notice today is the date and time set for bond redetermination. Appearances, please.
Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Reagan on behalf of Mr. Gamble, Your Honor.
How many failure to appears do we have on this case?
Looks like 2, Judge, I think. You may have,
Correct. And the bond is 5,000, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Argument.
Judge, I know he was released. He was supposed to go get a tether on his leg. He went to get the tether, Judge. He came a little bit late to get the tether. They told him to come back next Monday with $200. They told him, hey, you got to bring us $200. You're late. Bring us $200. Come back next Monday. He didn't have the $200, Judge. And it made him scared because he's a single father, Judge. He lost his fiance. Unfortunately, he's taking care of his kids.
I'm sorry, Mr. Reagan, just give me a little context. Since he has multiple cases, when did this happen?
This was on February the 6th of 2024, just most recently, Your Honor. And I think Mr. Gamble can explain it a little bit as well. I'd like for him to be able to articulate, Judge, some things.
Okay. So wait. When was this again, Mr. Reagan?
His last case, Judge, was in front of Judge Sabri for the PCC. That's when I had when he got released
on February 6th.
On February 6th.
Okay. And he was arraigned again on the 13th. Okay.
When I got out of jail, I found out my family had stole money from me and was trying to take custody over my children because I was incarcerated. Basically, my cousin was trying to scam to claim them on her taxes or whatever. And she had stole money from me, $2,000 from Social Security from me. And that put me in big, and then I filed a complaint about that to get the money back, whatever. And that's why I couldn't afford to pay. I was out of work because I was going through the situation where the courts were giving my children back. My children was taken from me. My cousin had custody of my kids. She wouldn't let me see the kids. And she also had got me arrested saying that I had assaulted her so she can have a PPO out on me so I couldn't come near her to get my kids. I had warrant, so I didn't call the police to get my kids. I had to set up a play date through my mother to get my children back. And I was just scared to come in because I was trying to get my kids. That's what it was.
Reason for the capers.
Okay.
So when I got my children back.
You fine.
No, you good.
Mr. Prosecutor? Madam Prosecutor?
Your Honor, I do see this in November of 23. He was given a $10,000 personal bond. In January 24, he failed to appear before Judge Sabri. There was a bond redetermination in which you imposed a $5,000 personal bond with a tether. At that time, he was in the Macomb County Jail. Then within 2 weeks, that would be February 6th of 24, he failed to appear before Judge Sabri again. He also has a pending case in 36th District Court for assault and battery. And that occurred this year. The date of offense was January 20th of 24. While he was out on bond for this case, that was an assault and battery. He got a $20,000 personal bond. He allegedly punched the complainant in the face. And her family had to step in before she struck him, or he struck her a second time. Apparently the defense, they're cousins. So, Your Honor,
that's the cousin that tried to take my kids.
Your Honor, this case is a UDA RCSP. It's a non-assaultive case. He did admit to stealing the car. He took a car from the complainant at a gas station. I think that, Your Honor, based on his failure to appear, he's not on a tether. While he was out on bond, he picked up an assault and battery, regardless of what the reason. They are allegations. His pretrial on that was yesterday. I'm asking this court to keep the bond or at least impose a tether again, and he's not to be released until that tether is in place because he does not appear. This is a November of 23 case, and I would ask for that for the protection of whatever is going on outside. There's an A and B. He does pose a danger to somebody, whether it be his cousin, and he doesn't show up for court. So I'd ask for that bond to remain in place.
Judge, he told you the cousin is making up stories, and I do understand their allegations. Cousin is trying to get him locked up so that she can take or keep custody of the children. And again, he'll have his day in court. I understand that. And they are just allegations right now. But I'm asking the court to respectfully put it to, if the court wishes to put a tether on, I'm asking for a personal bond.
I also have my whole
Sir,
family.
sir,
is
sir,
witnesses.
sir. You have an attorney who is speaking on your behalf. Let your attorney do his job, and all the back and forth is just, it's enough now.
He does have an attorney, and Reagan, even though we criticize Reagan a lot for multiple different reasons, not ones that I want to say publicly, but he does a good job. Some things he says makes us all, cringe, but he does a good job defending his clients. He really does. So listen to your attorney, man. Listen to him. You're gonna get. I'm glad I stopped myself from saying that. Anyways, I'm gonna let it play out. You guys are all awesome. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I will be back tomorrow night for a live. And Sunday morning, and yeah, I'll have a couple videos out tomorrow. I've got a couple videos ready to go. I just haven't released them. I got a couple good ones. So yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. Don't do anything dumb. We don't want Rachel putting handcuffs on you. You might like that, but trust me, Rachel with handcuffs is a scary thought. Anyways, hope you guys have a great weekend. If you haven't liked already, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, why not? It's free. It's fun. Thank you all. Have a great weekend. Until next time. Bye.
It's enough. The court finds the $5,000 bond is an unaffordable bond. In order for having an unaffordable bond, it has to be demonstrated by clear and convincing evidence that the defendant is a flight risk, a danger to the community, or danger to the complaining witness. There's a lot of excuse making of why he's missing court. We're going to give one more personal bond. It's going to be $5,000 personal. Wait a minute, is he on a personal bond right now to another case?
He is. He has a $20,000 personal bond on the assault and battery case in 36th District Court.
Okay. Bond will be 510% with a GPS tether and a curfew of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Thanks, Legal Fiction. I appreciate it. One pause on for the road. I love roadie pauses. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. Hope you have a great weekend, buddy.
Thank you, Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You all set, Mr. Gamble? Wayne County Jail Division 1, 4.
All right, the video ended. I was like, where's the outro? I forgot that this is a separate video. That was an unplanned pause. All right. The second I load this, it's going to play the outro. Again, you guys have a great weekend. I will see you tomorrow night, if not before then. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Don't do anything dumb. Until next time. Bye.